Katt Williams joins me now live from Los Angeles. Katt, good morning. Good to have you here with us.
Good morning, TJ. How are you?
I am doing all right. Now, we got to start with something. We have been reporting, and it has been attributed to you, a statement out there that you allegedly issued through your publicist apologizing for that routine. But you and I were just talking here in the commercial break. You said that's not really your statement. So tell me what the deal is.
Yo, he is lunching, nigga. I watched Donald Trump in a press conference, and this motherfucker had all the media gathered, and this nigga literally asked the media to their face to stop finding shit out. I was like, yo.
Zero. So if it's made in the United States, there is no tariff. All you have to do is make it in the United States. We don't need it from another country. As an example, Canada. If we make it in the United States, we don't need it to be made in Canada. We'll have the jobs. That's why Canada should be our 51st state. We'll bring back industries, and we'll bring back our jobs, and we'll make America industry great again. So essentially, we're putting on a 25% tariff without exception on all aluminum and all steel. And it's going to mean a lot of businesses are going to be opening in the United States. Now, we're going to be meeting over the next 4-week period, maybe on a weekly basis, and maybe we'll do a couple of them at different times and maybe together. But we'll be talking about other subjects like cars. We'll be talking about drugs and pharmaceuticals. We'll be discussing chips, and we're going to be doing some other things in addition to that, all which will bring in a lot of jobs into our country. Cars is going to be a very big one and a very important one, and America is going to be stronger than it ever was before. Okay? So are you finished with everything, I think?
We have aluminum still to sign.
Okay,
here,
let's
sir.
go.
So with respect to aluminum, similarly to steel, since 2018, a large number of exceptions and exemptions have been added into the law. This eliminates all of those and also increases the ad valorem tariff rate from 10 to 25%.
Mostly the last part is the most important, right, would you say?
Totally.
So basically, this is aluminum, the same thing, no exceptions, no nothing. And it's going to bring our aluminum business back. It may go higher. I mean, frankly, it may go higher. And we're going to also be talking about we're going to be talking about things over the next 3 weeks that I think will be amazing for our country, amazing for our jobs, and will bring us to a new level of prosperity. And I think, frankly, our allies and our enemies all over the world expected this. They really expected it for years. They really expected it sometime during the Biden administration, but they didn't do anything.
What's the difference between a wet raccoon and Donald J. Trump's hair? A wet raccoon doesn't have $7 billion fucking dollars in the bank. Involved, excuse me, my turn. You said you went to Delaware State, but you forgot the name of your college. You didn't go to Delaware State. You graduated either the lowest or almost the lowest in your class. Don't ever use the word smart with me.
The total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. And your father was never considered smart. He was never considered a good senator. He was only a good vice president because he understood how to kiss Barack Obama's ass.
Are you ready? Can I talk?
Yeah, what's
you
the
mind?
answer?
Do you mind?
I would like for you to answer the question.
Okay, it's very simple to answer.
That's why I asked it.
It's very simple to, you're a nasty person.
Don't be rude. I'm not going to give you a question. You are fake news.
If I were running The View, I'd fire Rosie. I mean, I'd look her right in that fat, ugly face of hers. I'd say, Rosie, you're fired.
You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. Your Twitter account...
Only Rosie O'Donnell.
It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Because you'd be in jail. She's shocked that I picked her.
No.
She's like in a state of shock.
I'm not thinking, Mr.
That's
President.
okay. I know you're not thinking. You never do. She was big on defund the police. In Minnesota, she went out. Wait a minute. I'm talking now. If you don't mind, please. Does that sound familiar?
His visceral response to attack people on their appearance, short, tall, fat, ugly. My goodness, that happened in junior high. Are we not way above that? And would we not all be worried to have someone like that in charge of the nuclear arsenal?
Mr. Trump.
I never attacked him on his look, and believe me, there's plenty of subject matter right there.
Well, we kind of have to start. I hope that everybody saw what I just saw. If a person starts their heckling with F America, then that gives me the right to defend my country. I couldn't be anti-Mexican. My Mexican fan base is largely responsible for me even existing. So between them and the black community, it's really all I have. But I don't think I need to apologize for being pro-American. The guy said that all of this is still Mexico, and I was just giving him geography. This is America, greatest country in the world. So.
Well, help us understand. So, do you not apologize for anything? We showed like a 50-second clip there. It's like
sir.
7 or 8 minutes. Go ahead.
I apologize for the fact that the word anti-Mexican is being said to a black guy in America.
But you don't apologize for what you said in that stand-up.
I'm not allowed to. As a stand-up, the only thing that I sell is uncensored thought. So I'm only selling them the way I think, uncensored. So I'm not allowed to then come back the next day and apologize. That's for the Tracy Morgans of the world. I meant what I said, and I said what I meant. I'm apologizing if somebody thought I was trying to be anti-Mexican. Mexicans are my friends, so
Katt, why is it somebody is allowed to put out a statement apologizing on your behalf then?
Sir, they put out a DVD called Katt Williams' 9 Lives while I was in jail without my permission. A lot of stuff has been happening to a lot of black celebrities in the world. We just deal with it, thank Jesus, and keep on going, sir.
Now, I guess it's clear to say, you gave me a little bit of what he was saying, but he kept going on and on, this heckler. Now, what was it? You said he said F America. That certainly set you off. But
see,
but go ahead.
We were in Phoenix. We were in Phoenix, so this is a heavily Mexican-American crowd. I gave $5,000 out to a Mexican-American serviceman at this same show. It was nothing like that the night of the show. This happened 19 days ago. It's just happening in the news yesterday because it's my birthday.
Well, help me understand then. What was it? Because it's clear that you were visibly upset. And you said you're a proud American, you defended this country. So is that essentially what it was? He was clearly out of line in your opinion, but he really got you hot.
I was offended because he was making a statement that we're not allowed to make in this country. In this country, you have to pledge allegiance to America first and your country of origin second. And so the fact that he was blatantly disrespecting the law that we all follow, black people worked too hard to become black Americans in this society, and we were slaves here. And we did a lot of free work. Whatever they did was in another country, and we certainly applaud their history, but don't come here talking to sons of slaves about that. And if there's something anti-Mexican about what I said, then I apologize for the anti-Mexicanness of it. I was talking to one individual.
I guess that's part of it, that or at least one line in there that did get some people probably upset more so than others, because a lot of people familiar with your comedy. I am as well. I didn't hear a whole lot that was, you know, a departure from some of the other stuff I've heard you say in routines before, but you did say we were slaves. Speaking of black people, y'all just work like that at the landscaper. Even that statement, you don't apologize for that one either? You think that one got too close to going over the line?
I can't apologize for it even if it was close to the line, because at the end of the day, I wasn't there to make racial conversation. I was there to tell a joke. The joke was, if Mexicans love America, could they give black people Mexico? That was the entire joke, because we'd love it and it's real close. We couldn't go back to Africa because of the flies. That was the joke. None of that's airing on the tape. This is an hour-and-a-half show, sir.
Now, would you, do you understand? at least some people hearing that, and you were talking to one guy. It's clear that other people in the crowd were laughing at what you were saying to him, even as you were going off on the one guy.
If I had disrespected Mexicans, I wouldn't have been able to get out of there alive, sir, with all due respect.
But as people, do you understand why people who do hear it maybe do get offended by it, who maybe didn't read or listen to the whole 7-8 minutes of it, but just maybe read a few comments? Do you think they just have the wrong impression, or you understand why some might think the landscaper comment might have been offensive? Telling a Mexican like that guy to get to stepping back to Mexico, how that comes off as being offensive?
No, he said that we were in Mexico. So let me just say this. Yes, I can see what you're saying, TJ. Yeah. And at the end of the day, I think those people should watch more of this CNN show so they can see there are real news factors going on in this country, things we should discuss, like our president versus football, rather than worry about what a comedian's saying. If you don't like me, don't come see me. If you do like me, I'm here for you. But I love Mexicans and I love Mexican Americans. But I love America overall. Let's be very clear about that.
Any concern about how people might view you down the road, how this could impact your career down the road? People might not want to book you in Texas or Arizona or California.
Sir. Wouldn't that be fantastic? Let's let that happen, but let the statement be that I'm a Christian, I'm straight.
All right. Well, we will leave it there. Again, I'm glad we got to clear it up, because we have been, Katt, this morning.
Thank you, TJ.
We have been talking about this morning an apology that Katt Williams sent out, and you're telling me that was not your apology, so that's important to note this morning.
I just made my apology, TJ, live in front of CNN.
Katt, good to see you, buddy. You enjoy California. We'll talk to you again soon back here in Atlanta.
Absolutely.
You know, America has the greatest president, President Donald Trump. He will do what we haven't found a lot of presidents do in these 4 years that he has. You know, he is really bringing the country back to where it's supposed to belong, to where it was originally planned to be, and to where the founding fathers had destined the country to be, you know. And one of the most important things about President Donald Trump is he loves peace, and he puts his people first, and he loves his country. You know, I know that is open for debate. A lot of people will say President Donald Trump doesn't love peace, he doesn't love his people, he doesn't put his people first. But I will tell you that if you look at a lot of the things that he does and say, it is all about not his own benefit, but the benefit of America, you know, the benefit of the nation as a whole. And he is that president that is really wanting his country to do well, wanting his country to do good, you know, and he's doing everything possible in his power to make sure that and he's doing everything possible in his power to make sure that it gets accomplished, you know. He's doing everything possible in his power to make sure that it gets accomplished. And if you look at it, right, once he became president, there were a lot of hostages that were freed from Israeli hostages that were freed in Gaza or something like that, either American hostages or Israeli hostages that were free. And as time is going on, more and more hostages are being free, and we are seeing peace slowly returning back to the world, you know. And one of the things that we're looking forward earnestly, one of the things we are looking forward to earnestly right now is I will say it's an end to the war in Russia and Ukraine, you know. We really want the war to come to an end so that people can live in harmony, and so that gas prices can go down. Gas prices might a little bit stay high, but if the war comes to an end, in which President Donald Trump is doing everything in his power to making sure that war comes to an end, if the war comes to an end, lives won't be lost anymore, infrastructures and properties won't be destroyed, and also gas prices will go down. Something that the world really needs right now, and also gas prices will go down. So it will be a, how can I even put it? It will be victory for everybody. A big win and victory for everybody, both Republicans, both Democrats, and also the world. I remember once the war broke out, a lot of people in other countries were really finding it so difficult, especially with the high cost of things. And guess what? That war started in 20. What was that? Like 2022. That's when the war started in 2022. You know, and who could tell that the war will continue today in 2025? It's how many years now? 3 years. The war is still going on, and if that war doesn't come to an end, it might console in the next 5 years. So it's a good thing as President Donald Trump is really taking the initiative in really making sure that he does everything in his power and his might, to bring that war to an end. And I believe that he will do that. He is the person that has the power and the authority to do that. That's the power to do that. And he has his delegations that are working. There was this post I saw that he had a call with President Vladimir Putin of Russia, and Zelensky was angry that the call never included him. I'm like, the call will include you when the right time is, but now is the time that he wants to speak with President uh, Vladimir Putin of Russia, so thereby resolving all the conflicts and all not like that. You know. So it is the right time. So President Donald Trump will bring peace to the world, will bring an end to the Ukraine and Russia war, and will bring happiness, and also will bring down gas prices. Thank you everyone, and thank you, Mr. President.